Hello everybody, and welcome to more Coffee Talk, Episode 2, Hibiscus Butterfly. I feel like I don't usually say the full title, but it's important to know that this is the second one. It's an important distinction. How are you, Bingo?
This is all talk.
It is a lot of talk. There's a blue butterfly, there you go. Hello, Cellison. Hello, Night Owl. How is everyone doing this fine, rainy evening in Seattle? It's not raining where I am, but it is always raining in Coffee Talk. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. That's a bad idea. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Those are some pretty butterflies. Are those mine? Are those emojis that Nidal has added? No, I don't think so. Fine. I don't even know what emojis I have. I just let Nidal run rampant with it. She's in charge. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Seahawk, thank you so much. Seahawk says, too late for coffee, make me a cocoa. That's strange coming from you, because you are a coffee drinker. You're the only coffee drinker in the chat right now. Adel says, I need to add more. Picklebard said, doing fine, did laundry, made you feel like you were an adult today. Good job. I was gonna adult, and then I didn't today, kind of. You know. Sometimes that's just how the day goes. Somebody's walking in right now. That guy had horns. Whoever that was. That lady she has a tail. Let's see who's here. Good evening. Hey, Georgie. Officer, welcome. Alright, real quick, we gotta check the stories. Girl always has her secrets. Top of the morning to y'all, hungover but feeling awesome. Are you even old enough to drink, Lucas? Myrtle just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. Facts. Do I have his later again? I don't think so. No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Maybe she'll come by. Oh look, she's playing guitar in her profile pic. Okay. No, I officially have nothing in my drawer. Hey, Raven. How are you doing? That good? Officer? Oh. Sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? I get the feeling that all this man does is work, to be fair. I mean, supposedly he has a family and shit, but he works a lot. Nidal says, you can trust me with all the emotes. The more you say that, the more I question. I mean, there's only so much you could do with an emote, right? Right? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Raven. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV for footage the last couple of days. Fingerboard says, took a second to figure out what you were referring to. Fingerboard says, nothing? How can you have nothing? It's like all customers suddenly managed to keep track of all their stuff without losing them. Well, maybe. We'll see. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything like rats or cats. But neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know? The laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? That's not comforting. Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Did I just get more of his profile? Born and raised in Seattle, still access to Torrance Cop. No, we had that one already. Ah, there we go, Lucas. You know why the satyrs from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. I'm not gonna like that one, actually. He doesn't get a like for that. Selson says she trusts Nidal. You shouldn't. You never know what she'll do. With anything. So, what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Raven? I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh? What about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings.
I play the French horn.
My sister-in-law used to play the French horn. I don't know why I said my sister-in-law. It's Anna Rusty. You guys know Anna Rusty. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh. Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions. Yes. I hate it when Georgie makes that face. It's terrifying. Apparitions like ghosts. Oh god. Ghosts? Ghosts! I see. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm here. What do you mean I see? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Ah, right. The tree. He's freaking out just a tad. Nidal says no more coffee for him. He needs a calming tea. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ugh. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Well, why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes, literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos? What? Everyone has their own peccadillos? What the f does that mean? I feel like that's maybe a word I've heard before. Peccadillo. Small, relatively unimportant offense or sin. What? I don't feel like I've ever heard this term before. Alrighty then. Bingo's Billhard says some shows movie consider satyrs and dryads as being part of the fake community. Very true. True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Raven. But that's all I'm willing to share, for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpa was very into this stuff. So was my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see. That makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Raven, you've seen my lighter, right? Oh shit. Dude, no, I don't have it. I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. Oh, okay, I was afraid he was asking if I had it. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said. In more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. Ah. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street. You see, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There are all kinds of beings there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean... Bourne Street. Uh-huh. Wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, Raven. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit, out of everyone's. Right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Right? Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right? And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Raven, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It's something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Gotcha. But Raven, even if the whole situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know, but I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. What are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. No, God. Exudes an interesting feeling. Okay. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Raven. Being words to the ghost, your father is trying to help you solve a case? Maybe? Nidal says, Georgia, you drink coffee with vampires, werewolves, and orcs. Fair. Fair point. Did we confirm his father's dead, or did we just leap to the conclusion? He said his grandfather was dead. Yes. The one that bought the lighter, his grandfather, he is dead. He said that he died before his daughter was born. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to the dialogue here. Coffee, honey, lemon. Alright, we're just gonna do that. Coffee, honey, lemon, brew. Hey, very pretty. Give him back his lighter. I can't imagine.
I've always liked to
Play with fire. It's very pretty. I wonder what happens if you forget to give him his lighter back right away, because I'm sure he needs it. Oh, wow. The drink does light up, huh? Yep, that is special just for you. So, don't tell anybody. Roger that. Here you go. Oof, careful. Dang, Raven. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. What do I mean I have no idea? So that was one of the drinks that I could not unlock. Spell laden alcohol imbued. I was about to say, what makes it light on fire? There's gotta be alcohol in it. Alcohol imbued Galician drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. I mean, it's very pretty. So I've officially unlocked all of the coffee-based drinks. There's still something under green tea that I don't have. And something with hibiscus. Forget to give him the lighter, he arrests you for theft. That seems a bit extreme. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Raven. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man. At least with crooks, you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Huh? Hi. I don't know who you are. We have a new guy at the table. What do we think he sounds like? Seok says not recommended for persons with mustache or beards. I'm assuming you put it out at some point. I'm assuming you don't drink it and leave it on fire the whole time. Big Word said, if you set a drink on fire, do you wait for it to burn out or do you blow it out? It depends on the drink. I've seen, to be perfectly clear, I have never had a drink that's been set on fire. I've seen some where people light shots on fire and they take them and they do it as a, what do they call it, a bomb? They set the shot on fire and then they drop it into a glass of beer and then chug it. So it puts itself out because you're dropping it into other liquid. Otherwise, I don't know. Like if you weren't doing it as a like a beer bomb, I don't know. I assume you either want to swallow it whole so that it like extinguishes in your mouth, or you let it burn out before you drink it. Blowing on it seems like a possibly bad idea. But also, I've never had alcohol that needed to be lit on fire, so I don't know. No, the beer won't catch on fire if you do that. Beer isn't nearly as flammable as like straight liquor. And if it loses its oxygen because you're dropping it into the beer, yeah, it's not gonna all set on fire. I don't think you could light beer on fire. I don't think it's alcoholic enough. He looks like Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks. I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, let's see. Should we just give him a super weird voice? And then it'll be like, he's Irish. And I'll be like, oh, fuck. Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Oh, he knows him. Is that you? Hello, Williams. Oh, God. I don't think I've ever heard anybody call him Williams. It's been a while. It is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We are brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel you. I wasn't sure we were going to make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Fucking rude. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Raven about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened at Burn Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. Try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody. That's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat. Couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exercise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard. I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by spotlight. Basic sensory illusions. Classic ghost tricks. Then before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel and he's behind me and... Wait. Isn't this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe? We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Okay. Who the f is this? TLPD? What does the T stand for? Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very bready rain. I know, right? God, they're just getting beefier and taller. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. So, what'd I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey. Ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea. Never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Pfft, ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry, that wasn't much help. Nah. Well, you said that they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive, just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murdering you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe... I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best to not overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. He does look small. Huh, well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle. Yes. Why? Driver was a chupacabra. A chupacabra? I'm sorry. The driver was a chupacabra. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, Coffee Wizard. Take care. That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Raven? Looks like my good luck is back. Feeling like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Raven. I really did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... I didn't think we were gonna get another person. Someone just walking and walking. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, Miss Riona, welcome. Need a new smoking section? Yeah. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's a construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. Oof. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea
Casper, the friendly
infused
ghost.
with some lemon and a touch of honey. Tea, lemon, touch of honey. So, like regular tea, right? Tea, lemon, honey. Midsummer Night's Dream. Ooh. Cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. Yeah, I honestly thought that was going to be it. Was just visited by the law enforcement today. It's wonderful. Sweet, but well balanced with the lemon, and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Would you mind doing me a favor? Oh? What do you need? Could you give my contact information to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last time, so... Oh? Email address and phone number are written on it belonging to Riona Sheeran. I know, for a second I thought we were gonna get all of them. Yeah, if the Fed showed up too. Piece of a blue card with her fucking information on it. Got it. Cool, thanks. What I said a few days ago may have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary. All because I couldn't help but feel a pain of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree. That's entirely understandable, though. But it is not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please, do let me know. It is the least I could do, as I realize there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human, and we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information as such. I understand what you mean. Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine, I get it. I'm glad. I'd say you've already helped him out in more ways than one. Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little. No, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late. And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. Pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had a settled life objective. But I've been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some context who may be of assistance. Even though they had no direct connection to the audience I am trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however. Banshees aren't exactly ghosts. But as she said, what did she call herself? A semi-being? Whatever. Which I am thankful for. It's very thoughtful of her. So, what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher. Just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure that so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right, I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity? Did something happen? He was stuck? Pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Oh? I might have seen it. Did you? He was hungover? Yeah, he said something about feeling hungover. Hey, we got more of her profile. She's a senior and a groover part-time. I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me, almost immediately. He was loud. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk? Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly deep in thought and entered Cary Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seems to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected. Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well. Miss... However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it, though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believed that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right. That's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, Doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel and Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance, or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still. Miss Fiona? Yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. Mia! What is up? That raid sound effect that I have is kind of terrifying now that I think about it. Effective, but actually slightly terrifying. Hey Mia, thank you so much for the raid. Hey Coria, welcome, welcome. Everybody come on in. You love my scary ravens? I changed pretty much all of my sound effects to be scary raven-like. Saying hello and going to bed. Hello, Coria. Good night, Coria. Thanks for coming in. I am good, Mia. How are you doing? Long time no chat or see or what have you. We are playing Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Or I do all of the voices, and, you know, some of them are good, some of them aren't. You don't think I'm making Riona feel better? I'm trying, okay? Oh yeah, let's see. Bingo Bird was talking about Celtic or Banshee lore. Night Owl says, in Celtic folklore, banshees are considered to be either ghosts or a type of fairy. The word banshee comes from the Irish word, which means woman of the fairy mound. So they're fairy-ish. Fairy-ish. This is a banshee that I'm talking to. Have you ever played any Coffee Talk? I say any of the games like there's a ton of them. Have you played Coffee Talk? This is the sequel. Been out of town for about a month. Ooh, doing anything cool and exciting? Do tell, do tell. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa. But I thought you're located in Bellevue. I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly near the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. You finished the game in 2 nights? Wow, it is a very good game. Visiting your daughter? Oh, nice. I was trying to see if I remembered her username. I do not remember her username off the top of my head, but I do remember chatting with her ever so occasionally. I see. How was the singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Why am I not playing Oxygen Not Included? Because that game is hard, Mia. The game lures you in with all of its cuteness and adorableness, and then it gets hard, and then I feel bad because I'm not taking very good care of my little dupes. I feel like it's the kind of game that I know it's had several updates, and there's a ton of DLC for it too. I know there's been lots of just free updates, I think, though. And I'm sure there's more mods, because I can't play that game without mods, because the game is hard. Yeah, it says, I understand it's so freaking hard seeing other games at the moment. Yeah. My parents, they're pretty good. They're here. Say hi, guys. No, I don't see Hucker in here somewhere. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. You're so upset that I showed you that game? Blame Night Owl 100% for that game. In fact, you can blame Night Owl for most of the games that I play. for the record. They're all her fault. Yep. There. Nidal's still playing it. They're having tons of updates. How many of them did you have to pay for, though? Was the real question. How much of it was DLC that you had to pay for? I'm sure I probably will play it again at some point. There was a good chunk of the game that I enjoyed. It just also stressed me out so much because you can't just make everything perfect and just stay that way for a little while, and that's hard. And you have to do like actual thinking. Like I felt like I had to learn actual plumbing just to make them a goddamn bathroom that functioned properly. Selson says, yeah, all of the games are not at fault. It's nothing to do with me. And then right at the exact same time, some of them are Selson's fault. Some of them are Selson's fault. So I still have that notebook somewhere with my giant list of Itch.io games. I don't know. It's not right next to me at this current moment, but I do still have a giant list of games that I got from an Itch.io bundle. You're still struggling with the mid game? Nidal's probably... I would say that Nidal could have beaten it 1,000 times over, but she always restarts to make herself even more perfect. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Fair. Ah. Hope he didn't get sick then. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Raven. No problem at all. Anytime. Have a good evening then, Raven. Come back again soon. That's one of my biggest issues is I don't like restarting games. So if I screw something up, I just roll with it. And that's harder to do in that game. Because Oxygen Not Included is not super forgiving. Friday! They added robots? The Evening Whispers. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? I feel like doubtful. At least it's pretty. Researcher responds over alleged algae invasion. Dorfira Tech teams up with Gullumix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. That could be cool. Someone says define normal. Yeah, it's valid. It's valid. Why is the camera aimed here if Bailey's clearly came in here? What are we doing, camera angle? Hey! What is happening? Why am I ignoring Bailey's? Knock knock, anyone there? Mr. Bailey's, hi! I'm sorry, I didn't hear you come in. How are you tonight? Alright, let's check the stories. Oh gosh. You wanna know where I got all my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons and I always love their stuff, but y'all know that already. Hashtag ad. I wish I could click on these links that he creates. Everyone is a normal schedule. Like I says, I'm very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what, and I won't take it for granted. Good. I'm alright. But you look pretty distracted. Penny for your thoughts? You can have them for free. I was just pondering the hidden side of things. How different the world is under the surface compared to what we think it is. Nothing and no one is exactly what they appear to be. Alright, Mia, thank you so much for the raid, though. Enjoy your lurk-a-dirk. And I hope to see you and chat with you again soon. You'll be listening to Be Nice. Okay, guys, don't talk shit about Mia. She's gonna be in the other room. Okay, she might hear us if we talk shit. Funny, I was having similar thoughts on my way here. Sullivan is responsible for the murder cake game. Absolutely. Parsnip. The game that I thought was going to be super cute, and it wasn't. So a lot of those, not all, but a lot of those really weird indie games that we thought were going to be nice and cute, and then super weren't, those were Celestin's fault. Because they all came from that giant bundle. I guess now that we spend so much time on social media, people believe we can be summed up in a picture or sentence. But it's not like that. It's not that easy to know someone. Even if that someone is yourself. I did like the Mortician game. I did. Especially if that someone is yourself. Sounds like we agree on this. We sure do. It's been on my mind a lot in the past few days. Does that have anything to do with your wedding to Miss Lua? Got it in one. How are things on that front? A few days ago we decided to take some time apart to think. That sounds ominous. No, I don't mean it like that. It wasn't a breakup or even a break. Whew. We've been through so much. There's no walking back in our relationship now. But sometimes you're so together that you lose sight of the big picture, you know? I think I see what you mean. So we decided to give each other a bit of space and figure out what we really want out of our wedding. And more importantly, out of our marriage. I see. Have you made any progress on that front? Do you want the short version or the long version? I'm always here for the full story. Alright then. I'm gonna tell you everything. Oh fuck. Bigobard says, the Murder Cake game, a game where the plot was to make all NPCs get killed in the process. I was just trying to make a cake. Nettle said he's making it clear they are not on a break. I really wish I had that thing right here. I still have that list somewhere. Oh my god. I'm tangled. My cords. Okay. But I think I should order first. Sure thing. What can I make you tonight? I'm not feeling fussy. Anything warm would do. So, anything really. Makes sense? What about some herbal tea then? Hibiscus? Butterfly pea? Butterfly pea or hibiscus sounds great. With milk and honey, please. Do I have a drink for either of those? Hibiscus milk and honey is a sweetheart latte. The blue pea milk and honey is a dreaming blue. What do you guys think? Blue or red? What do you guys want? Serve him iced coffee. So listen, you're evil. Terrible. Celestin said blue. She is the winner chicken dinner. Blue, milk, honey. Dreamin' blue. Here you go. I like how he went from, oh, you can make me anything, to very specific one or two option. Thanks, Raven. This is so nice, and it brings me way back. You know, I'm not really in touch with my family anymore. I feel like I used to be obsessed with that song. Was that just me? Bailey says, you know how I'm not really in touch with my family anymore? Yes, I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I don't even miss them most of the time. In the end, they're just a random bunch of people. And we don't have very much in common. It's good that you've learned that about yourself, Mr. Baileys. I find, you know, I'm curious. Why do I call him Mr. Baileys and Miss Lua? But, like, Georgie, I just called Georgie, you know? I'm just curious where, and like Lucas, I just call Lucas. Is there something about, like, their age? I don't know. I mean, but Georgie's older in human years. So I don't know. I'm very curious how she determines that. Celestin says Mr. is actually his first name. Nidal says you'll also say Miss Riona. Yeah, let's look through our list here. Now I'm curious. We just do we call him Mr. Hyde? We might. We definitely always just say Georgie. Sometimes Officer, but pretty much always Georgie. We do say Miss Rachel. We say Ms. Lua. Oh, we got more of his profile. Favorite things, punk. Been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee. He's been listening to Pumpkin Spice? It's a band? Doing like escaping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I'll have my own solo exhibition. Right, because he's a photographer. See, when it said he was #1 Pumpkin Spice fan at the top, I thought he meant like he liked Pumpkin Spice lattes and flavor. Aqua? I'm honestly not sure. Lucas changed his profile picture again to him eating chicken. Okay. I'm pretty sure we just say Silver, we just say Amanda, I think. I don't think we ever say Mr. Lucas. I don't think we say Mr. Lucas. I just think it's funny. I don't know. We'll have to pay more attention to it now, I'm curious. I think so too. There's just one person I miss, but I've been missing her a while now. Someone who passed away, I'm guessing? Exactly. Spot on again, Raven. I used to have a very close relationship with my great-great-aunt. When I was little, my parents fought all the time. Still remember in my bones how that made me feel. The fear that one of them or both of them would walk away and abandon me. A bit ironic in hindsight, but then it was many years ago. Yes, it's quite normal for a child to care about their parents. No matter who they are or how they behave. That's true. Anyway, I spent almost all my evenings curled up into a ball in my room, trying hard not to listen to all the shouting. Except when my gran came to visit. Not that her being around prevented the fighting, mind you. Elven high society is amazing at keeping up appearances. Except for a family. But she got how it made me feel. So she went out of her way to take the sting out of it. She would keep me company and bring me a cup of herbal tea. With milk and honey in it. Drinking this now, with you, feels a lot like family again. Sounds like she was a perceptive person. Perceptive person. She truly was the best of them until she got sick. Oh no, how did that happen? I thought elves don't get sick. See, that's a part of elven disinformation. Elves don't get sick with your little run-of-the-mill colds. But they do get big, bad diseases like everyone else. It's not uncommon for us to die from them. Except there's this assumption in elven society that if you live the right sort of life, you'll pass away peacefully in your bed. So that's what families say, most of the time, when someone dies. Incidentally, that also means they need to pretend everything is fine until the very last moment. So that's what they did to my aunt. They basically shut her in during her last few weeks. That sounds really awful. I did manage to visit her, and she put on a brave face, but it was clear she wasn't happy. But then she wasn't very happy before that either. At least she had you. Must have been little consolation, but yes, I'm glad I was able to be with her. Ugh, to think I came very close to being trapped with those people. Pretty sure she would have hated that for me. But a part of me hopes she'd be proud of me right now. I'm certain she would be. Thanks, Raven. Here you are, let me blab on again. That's more than fine, but do you think growing up among conflict might explain why things are, well, a bit difficult to work out sometimes between you and Lua? I definitely think that's part of it. In fact... Silver! Amanda! Good evening. Hi, Raven. And hi. They've never met? And hi. I don't think we've met before. I'm Silver. I'm Bailey's. Nice to meet you. I'm guessing you're Amanda? We are. But you do not appear to be a hive. How did you... Lua told me she ran into you a week or so ago. Oh, the nice earthling we met on our first night here. That is a satisfactory explanation. And so, are you her date? I'm a little more than that. I'm her fiancé. Truly? Fiancé is a successful outcome of dates with a 0.013 probability. Ow, I just popped my elbow in a really painful way. Ugh. Congratulations on your excellent odds actualization. Thank you. Now, cafe. Oh my god, I can't talk. Now, Cafe Offspring, we are wishing for a drink. Cafe Offspring? How did you acquire that new title? Ahem. Alright, sounds like something I shouldn't prod too hard. Never mind me. You're about to order, Amanda? We were. And what we wish for is a memorable parting experience. I suspected something like that. Last visit in a while, huh? That is accurate. I take it you've completed your research on Earth? Almost. We are quite satisfied with the outcomes of our missions. Interesting. That sounds like there's a story there. But first, tell me, what sort of experience are you after? We wish to have something we have never had before. It's time to get creative, then. Yes. Take care not to reuse any ingredient you have served us in the past. Fuck. Okay. Any ingredient that I've served her in the past? See, now, for most people that have, you know, played the game back to back, as a normal person probably would, this would be easier for them. But I, unfortunately, only play this once a week, so... I don't know. CX says beware the base. I know. Well, my first thought was that I could just give her one ingredient 3 times, but I have to remember what I've served her. Because I was like, if I've never given her, you know, milk, I could just give her just regular milk. I've never given her plain milk, but I feel like there's probably been milk in her coffees. There's no really good way to... There's no way to look that up, unfortunately. Like, I can look up dialogue from today. I can't go back to, like, previous days. This is a challenge. I'm trying to think... She's definitely had coffee. I think I did at some point give them one of these new things. I just don't know if I've given her blue pea and hibiscus. Apparently, I do need to keep a notebook. I do feel pretty good about that I got Mr. Hyde's drink correct the other day when he asked me to make him something that I knew he liked. I felt pride that I just remembered because that was the whole point of that exercise. I would have felt almost bad if I had had to look it up, but I feel kind of good that I didn't have to. All your bases are belong to us. That's what I was thinking too, Night Owl, is green tea. I don't know if I've ever given her something with green tea. I like really pinched my elbow or something weird, guys. It's great. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna give her matcha. And, hope for the best. Some plain old matcha. Here you go. Hopefully this tastes new to you. It does! It's at least 56% different from anything else we've experienced. We are, as Earthlings would express, delighted. Okay, I feel like that was pretty good. I feel like that was correct in some capacity.
Yay!
Thank you, Migravard. I think that's probably the best we could do. According to our calculations, this is our 39,846 new experience since arriving on Earth. It's pretty good. That's quite a lot. Perhaps, however, most of them were rather insignificant in nature. Oh, what about this one? I said I was reaching for my glass yesterday morning and my shoulders have been killing me since then. Why are we like this? That's happened. I wish those are the worst stories when you're just like, oh, just out of nowhere I hurt myself. Because it's one thing if you're like, oh, like I fell, which isn't a super great story, but at least you have like some dramatic like event happening, like Cellison in the pot lid, like that. The pot lid. I can't talk. Cellison in the pot lid. That is at least like a funny haha story. Saying I was just sitting there playing my point and click game and somehow hurt my elbow. It's not impressive sounding. It's not even a funny story. It's just, you know, what's the point there? This one is in the 99th percentile of significance. Is that good or bad? She means it's very significant. Right, Amanda? Very much so. We enjoyed this place and we will miss it. That's... don't mind me getting a bit emotional here. Anyhow, I trust the agent gave you no more trouble? That one was quite close, actually. We had a little brush with the authorities, you see. Yeah, Lua mentioned that. He made her really angry. She was still seething when she came home that night. Please tell her I'm grateful for that. Well, that agent kept looking into things even after his second visit here. Well, that's where your help really came in handy, Raven. My help? Yes! The card that you got off the agent. Hey! We asked for help from an associate. To run it through the mind you call computer. Nidal says, did they murder him? I don't think so. Nidal said, I yawned earlier and my jaw popped so loud it scared the cat on your lap. Meerwood said, I just saw a commercial yesterday going, this is classic sneeze that threw out your back moment. I was wondering how often does it happen in real life. Oh, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens, especially for people who sneeze as aggressively as Seahawk does. As Seahawk confirms, saying, been there, done that. Yeah. I feel like I was going to say something else now. I don't know what it was. Oh, my jaw pops too. That's what I was going to say, Nidal. My jaw, like, semi-regularly pops. Almost every time I go to the dentist when he, you know, is checking my jaw, it pops. And he's like, oh, little pop there. Does it hurt? I was like, no. And he's like, okay. But he checks every time. He'd be like, is there any pain there? I'm like, no. It just makes that sound sometimes now. So that's nice. Once the contents of the card have been unveiled, we analyze the language of its communication, which is quite an interesting mix, if we may say so. It is roughly 60% syntax and 39% mathematics. We then led a polynomial time attack on its encryption, expressing the ciphertext as, the point is, Amanda managed to get into the fire system. She obfuscated, oh my god, why do I do this for fun? All mentions of any of us or saved beyond recognition. And some totally legitimate orders came in to send the agent to Europe on an urgent mission, which should last more than long enough for him to forget all about us. Whoop, that sounds incredible. It does sound thrilling. It was a very simple matter of applying hive knowledge. Be that as it may, that's great work, Amanda. We are pleased. Amanda is amazing. Let's not forget who got the card in the first place. You really helped us there, Raven. Thank you. Yes! Very glad to hear that, and very relieved. I just got an achievement for completing Amanda's good story arc. What the fuck would her bad story arc be? Yes, we have thought on it for a while, and we have decided we do not care for that sort of excitement. Not if it makes her sibling so sad. You've really gotten a hang of emotions now, haven't you, Amanda? Thank you, Offspring. Why is she calling me Offspring? That implies that I'm her child. I don't know about this. Okay. If that is the case, we are content. That means our mission is well and truly accomplished. Did you come here specifically to pick up Earthling emotions? No, we came here for the purposes of general Earthling research, but it appears to us now that emotions are one of its most interesting aspects. We will be submitting a, you call it, academic paper. Uncontrolled stimuli and reflexive neural patterns, deep-level communication in hive versus non-hive species. Wow. That's how you know it's serious research. I don't even understand the title. Amanda always uses the brains in the family. Always was the brains of the family. It wasn't your only mission, though, Amanda, right? If you're leaving, does that mean... Yes. Pearl and I did go out on a date. Right! You're looking for love, aren't you? I am. I was, I think. I think I may have found it. Wait, wasn't the first date a really short time ago? Just a couple of days. But I've been waiting a while, and I really think this is it. When I took up this mission from the Hive, when I came to Earth, and during this entire process when I changed and changed, what I was hoping was that someone would see me for who I am. And I really think she does. That's so great, but I'm curious. Doesn't being in a hive provide that experience of feeling seen? It does and it does not. And in fact, we hope that is something our research might improve. The hive sees thoughts and desires honestly, but is not able to communicate the reason for those desires. The emotions, as it were. Siak said, Amanda, bad story, the Men in Black arrest her and she's never seen again? That's very possible, actually. We do not dwell on those, nor will we start to do so in excess. But it seems to us now that they may be worth conveying, at least to some extent. Yes, what Amanda said is a part of it. I was very unaware of my emotions when I first came to Earth, and I was really bad at communicating them clearly to others. In some ways, I still am. It would always be harder for me to grasp them than for most people. But when I started to understand them, I was both fascinated and scared, which is not an uncommon experience, I think. It's really not. It requires a good deal of courage to look at your emotions honestly. It certainly requires some time. And even more time to find someone who can look at them with you, not get scared, and take them as they are. Someone who can see you clearly and kindly. It is a precious thing when that happens, huh? A rare and beautiful thing. Has that been your experience with Lua? It definitely has. I almost forgot how much it mattered, too. Lucky that I have good friends who reminded me of that. So, does that mean you and Lua found some answers? Oh, the heck with it. I can't hold my tongue any longer. Sorry to interrupt your goodbyes, you guys, but... Raven, I'd like to officially invite you to a little surprise ceremony, which will take place 3 days hence. Wow, that's some answers indeed. Yeah, take a little time to think really cleared our heads. We'd gotten bogged down on the details, and our insecurities, to be honest. So we decided to make it simple again. No fuss, no massive expense, nothing like that. Just us and our closest family members. Whether we got them at birth or chose them ourselves. I am very touched, Mr. Baileys. Oh, come on, Raven. You know you mean a lot to the two of us, as does this place. Speaking of which, I also have Hyde's invitation here. Yeah, that makes sense. You have to invite Hyde to the wedding. I got an achievement for being invited. Is it possible to not be invited? That would be awful. Well, Hyde and Gala's invitation, seeing how that's his obvious +1. Would you give it to them when you see them? It would be an honor. Silver and Amanda, I don't have a card for you, but you're in the cafe family as well, so I'm sure Lua won't mind. Would you like to join us for the party? A party? This is our first experience being invited to a party. It is 99% pleasant and 0.01% disappointing that we have to refuse. Yes, I truly appreciate the offer, Baileys, but sadly we're leaving Seattle tomorrow. Really? That's more sudden than I expected. Are you going back to space then, Amanda? Not yet. We are going on an adventure. That sounds very exciting. It really is. Amanda and I are taking a trip through the country. And maybe even a bit further if we've got time. We're basically going to be tourists. Tourist is such a fascinating concept. Although our sibling explained it to us multiple times, we still find it very hard to comprehend. Well, we always thought that traveling must have a mission, a purpose. But it seems that tourism is traveling with no other purpose than traveling. Which in instance, circular reasoning, it may well be, but it's still a lot of fun. They're like kind of eloping. I mean, I guess they're probably eloping from Lua's family. Doesn't she have a big family too? In fact, I'd say that's the real purpose of tourism. To have fun, to relax, to see beautiful things. To enjoy life, you know? Enjoyment as a purpose. That is new to us, but we are 99% excited to try it out. And so am I. Never been out of Seattle since I arrived. I guess I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to blend in. That I would have to restart everything from scratch. But knowing that you're here, Raven, That I always have a place to return to where I'll feel home? Well, that makes me a lot less nervous. That's... very happy to hear that. I don't like the way they all turned and looked at me like that. Ahem. Make sure to drink. Of course, what can I make you? I like to reflect the spirit of our upcoming adventure. But I'm also in the mood for something sweet and soothing. So sweet and soothing, but with an adventurous kick. Yes, that's exactly right. Then how about hot chocolate with something extra to make it fun? Ah, I'd love that. Hot chocolate with some sweetness and some spice would be amazing. Hot chocolate, sweetness and spice. Oh, probably this thing that's just a bunch of fucking numbers. Fast to make, fast to drink, and the best start to light your guided adventures. Yeah, it's gotta be that. Alright, hot chocolate, honey, and ginger. Some sweetness and some spice. That's right. Here's a 299.792.458 for a Lightspeed Traveler. Oh, we like this name. It is evocative and adventurous. Evocative? Yes, is the speed of light not evocative of great adventures? The speed of light. Oh, wow. Way to target your audience, Raven. Thank you, but do you like the taste, Silver? I love it. This is exactly what I wanted. Got the spicy kick of ginger to start with, which keeps you on your toes. But then the honey makes it sweet and comfortable. In fact, it reminds me of you, Amanda. How does it taste remind you of us? I guess he's saying that you're sweet, but with a strong character as well. That's about right. We do not entirely comprehend it, and yet we are pleased. Well, that's settled then. Whenever you miss Amanda, Silver, you can come here and I'll make you this drink. I'd like that. Thank you, Raven. Wow, careful there. You don't want to spill a drink you enjoy this much. Ah, you're right. I'm just so excited. I can barely sit still. He just shook the whole screen. It is the speed of light, evident. No, I'm guessing that's not a real drink. Bingo. I can imagine a first trip across the country is a big deal. It is, but it's not the only reason I'm excited. Okay, that was quite the dramatic pause. I really want to know what you're going to say now. You guys seem to lead very interesting lives. Oh, not at all. I think I'm quite a boring person. With a secret society and an alien background. It's true that some of my life circumstances are a bit unusual. But this particular thing is very commonplace. Our sibling is excited because his date will be joining us. And in fact, we must be fair and acknowledge that we may have misjudged her based on her lack of facial symmetry. Although Pearl's features are 9% different from left to right, we agree with her movie analysis 99%. Wow, hold on. Amanda, you've met Pearl and you talked about movies? And now she's joining you two on a holiday? How did any of that happen? We watched Orc Questions all together last night. Pearl likes them a lot as well. You don't exactly sound thrilled. Fortunately, she also likes space travel to offer us. I see. Learning couple compromises the hard way. I suppose so. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's met Amanda and that they get along. Does that mean she also knows where you're from, Silver? She does. In fact, I told her about that on our first date. Wow, that's very brave. It's very hard to put yourself out there under any circumstances. To reveal something so vulnerable to someone you've just met and are starting to like takes guts. You're very kind, but I don't think so. To be honest, I hadn't planned it that way. Although I've always felt safe here with all the regulars, I know that not everyone would be open-minded about me. And so I wasn't sure I'd say anything to Pearl that night. But as we were talking, so happy to learn more about her, about who she is. I realized that I didn't want her to have an incomplete picture of me. My past is a part of me. My goal is to find someone who sees me for who I am. Then she needs to know about that too. And in the end, that was the right decision. Well, I will say that if she'd heard your story, and that changed how she viewed you, she wouldn't have been worth your time anyway. That's fair. But still, even knowing that, I admire you a lot. The truth is, and this is a bit of a strange thing to say, but I think I'm proud of who I've become. And I want the people I love to be proud of me too. What is proud? Proud is, For yourself, I think it's when you start to be satisfied with what you're achieving. Especially if you have to fight to get there. And for others, it's when you think of someone you care about. Consider who they are and the way they're acting. And it just fills you with joy. Ah, we see. Then we are definitely proud of you. Aye. You two are a really sweet family. And so are you and Miss Lua, Mr. Baileys. True, chosen families can also rock. Yes, when we met Pearl, we came to a conclusion. There is no difference in nature or expression between a family that you are born with and a family that you acquire by choice. Both demand work and understanding. There may be minute differences in the specific process, but the bond appears to be 99% similar in the end. So it is. Well, we should probably get going. Yes, we must go pack. First time I see someone get excited about that specific part. What Amanda really means is that I must pack, while she analyzes the earthling ritual of folding shirts, rolling up socks, and so on. Precisely, this is further information for our research. We are thrilled. Good luck, Silver. Indeed. Do enjoy your trip, both of you. I hope you'll tell us about it when you're back, Silver. I will. Good night to you too, then. Hasta la vista, strangers. Huh? Or questions. Bye to you too. Amanda is adorable. People said that would be a mouthful for a barista to say every time. Yeah, I think you would just call it the speed of light instead of just saying the numbers at that point. Big Board says, sci-fi fandom, the secret to finding your soulmate. Sometimes, yeah. There's never a dull moment in your cafe, Raven. I try. Speaking of which, would you like to hold some party or after party for your wedding here? I know it's not a very large space, but perhaps whether we'd like it? We'd love it. Honestly, I didn't want to impose, but there's no place that could be a better fit. And I don't mind that it's not very large. It's going to be a small, cozy wedding. So this is perfect. It's settled then. Lou's going to be over the moon when I tell her. In fact, I'm going to go and tell her now. It's a very exciting prospect. It really is. Thanks again, Raven. You're like a guardian angel for us. And on that note, I'm off. Good night. More like a guardian hive mind. Good night, Mr. Baileys. What does that mean? What does that mean? So I'm also an alien? She was calling me offspring. I just said I'm like a guardian hive mind. Neil seems to think Silver seems to think he kind of knows me. Hyde knows that I'm gonna live for like fucking ever. What does it mean? Am I the hive queen? Saturday. Nakamimi driver crashes truck filled with catnip. Suspected DUI. UFO previously spotted by Space Guard fighters. A very determined hot air balloon. I spelled balloon wrong. How dare they? And ZXX20 virus vaccine booster ready for distribution. What is the vaccine for? Aqua's here! I love that she always sounds distinct. Because she sloshes her way on in. Georgie says, I told my wife that she needs to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug. That's funny. Rachel posted, I'm taking an easy day because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too. And Lucas just said, good night. his. Hello, Miss Aqua. Hi, Raven. How are you? Good, as usual. How about you? Honestly, lots of things have happened. Can I order something first, though? Of course. What would you like? Selson asks, does Idol also need to embrace her mistakes? Yep, I did call her Miss Aqua. Good to know. Good to know. Can you make me a cup of chai? Just like a chai latte? Don't I have chai latte as an option? I have masala chai. Is that the same thing? Is that good enough for you? I thought I just had chai. Oh my god, I can't talk. I thought I just had a chai latte in here. We'll try this. We'll try this. It's masala chai. It's fine. It's fine. Tea, regular tea, ginger, cinnamon. It's the only thing that has chai in it in my list. Where it said, clearly no longer connected to the hive mind, like silver is no longer connected. Yeah, but it just still makes me super curious. Super curious. Because I've obviously been here for a while. If I am just an alien. But if I was an alien... That is, do you still have an undiscovered drink? I know! I'm hoping whatever that is, they'll just tell me. Cup of masala chai for the lady with eclectic tastes. Thank you, it's delicious. You're welcome. So, you were saying? Oh, right. It's just, I've been busy working on my game. I see. How's it going? It's pretty difficult, but I'll manage. And the other thing that gets me, Bingo Bard, is like, so what if I am an alien, okay? But they talk about, they make references sometimes to, like, how I kind of know things before they happen, which alludes to not necessarily time traveling, but maybe time traveling. And they also allude to that I'm going to live for, like, that I'm always going to be here. So I don't know. Yeah, like Nigel said, it's implied that I've done all of this before, or at least I know some of the future. Like, somehow I've either done this before, or I know what's going to happen before it happens in some capacity. It could suggest time travel. But if I was related to the two of them, then why? The other question for me is, why hide it? Whatever it is that I am, why hide it? You know? I don't know. I'm glad to hear that. We've only got 30 minutes. I should try to, like, not delay this entire last day if I want to get through it. How's that contract you talked about the other day going? Oh, that! I rejected it, of course. There's no saving it, really, which is a shame. I truly like their games, but with all the shady requirements they had, I could tell they looked down on us small developers. And the scary thing is, if I hadn't known what I know now, just because they were a publisher I loved a lot, I would have overlooked all that. That's understandable, though. You trusted them not to take advantage of you. Well, it has to be fair for both of us, right? Because at the end of the day, it's business. But, I don't know. Yeah. Actually, I tried negotiating with them, because I wondered if they still had any good faith left. Don't tell Myrtle, okay? Okay. But as I expected, it really didn't go anywhere. Instead, they insisted they're doing me a favor since I'm just a small developer. And I wasn't thinking rationally or in business terms. Oof. Doesn't sound like good faith to me. Right? Considering the unfair conditions they're expecting me to accept, they could have at least been polite about it. I doubt they care, though. Yeah. I just got an achievement that said Aqua and Myrtle didn't get to make up. Did I fuck something up? Why not? Why don't they get to make up? What's up? Nothing. Is it about Myrtle? Is it about Myrtle? Oh. Well, sort of. We haven't talked much since our little argument. Only checking in here and there. I'm going to a tech mall so I can look for parts to upgrade my PC.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous.
Oh? Yeah, I hope we'll get a good deal there. I wish Myrtle would apologize, though, for treating me as if I'm totally clueless. If she did, I could ask her to help me pick the right parts now, you know? I know I was in the wrong, too. I wasn't being clear with my words, with my anxiety talking and all. But I already told her I'd reject the contract, right? Yes, I heard you say that. She should have tried to listen a bit. Sorry to hear you're having a hard time. It's fine. It was just bad timing. Clearly you care about each other, though. So you two will make up eventually. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Thanks, Raven. That cheers me up a little. Anytime. Suppose I better go now so I can shop around as long as I want. Maybe I'll go get something nice for myself, too. Like what? Maybe a new bolster? My current one is no longer firm. Ah, I see. Well, I hope you have a good time. Me too. Thank you, Raven. I'll see you later. Take care. Let's see. Guess I'll go over today's checklist. Hey! Henry? Hey! Well, hello, gentlemen. I bet you... I think I did have problems with her during Unlock Conversation with Detective McQueen. Oh shit! Wait, I recognize that thumbnail. Bingo Bard, that's that game that you played, right? The Dark Side Detective? I have that game somewhere. I have one of the games from Dark Side Detective. I just haven't played it yet. So that's who that was. Detective McQueen. That's I guess he's from Dark Side Detective. I'm guessing you only unlock it if you do really well with Georgie's storyline. I mean, I got this one. Serve Myrtle and or Aqua correct drinks on day 2. So, I feel like I don't want to look at spoilers. So I would assume that that's a good thing. That if you serve them the right drinks, then they'll make up? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Raven. Raven! I mean, he does look pretty different in this game, so that's fair. But that's funny. I'm guessing it must be the same game developers, yeah. Nice seeing you here, Henry. Hendry. How goes it? Good. I see you're doing good, too. As usual. What do you want to drink, Hendry? It's on me. No, that won't do. Well, let's talk about bills later. So, what will it be? You first. Are you sure? Okie dokie. I'll have 1 STMJ, please. See, if I didn't have this thing, I'd be screwed. Aqua. We just now got the top of her thing. We must have fucked up drinks with her. If we just now unlocked her first thing. Researcher by day, aspiring indie developer by night. Who else am I really bad with? I'm surprised I don't have all of Georgie's. Not close friends with Georgie. Rachel hasn't been in here that much. Oh, right. STMJ. It's a milk-based one? Yes. Milk. Ginger, honey. I mean, we don't have a lot of dialogue choices. But yeah. Either I gave... Maybe I was supposed to give them something and I didn't. Ah, it smells so nice. Spot on. Thanks, Raven. You're very welcome. How about you, sir? Oh, it's my turn. Something with ginger, please. Anything else with that? Well, what would you recommend? Anything from your new tea line is fine. Oh, I see you have a new selection. Yes, we have blue pea and hibiscus tea available. Hibiscus, huh? You should try Te Jaha Rosella. It's pretty good for this kind of weather. Sounds familiar. Ginger steeped with roselle buds, another name for hibiscus. Anything else in it? Well, it's a bit sweet. Interesting. I'll try it then. A Te Jaha Rosella. I'm pretty sure I've made that for somebody before. Hibiscus, ginger, honey. Oh, fuck! I love how helpful the achievements are. If it weren't for the achievements, I would probably be way more fucked. So I just got an achievement for not giving him his invitation to the wedding. It's funny because I've been thinking about with almost everybody else that came through here. I'll have to figure out later what I fucked up with Aqua and Myrtle. But yeah, it's funny with... Yeah, we're doing today over. Because that seems like such a dumb fucking thing that I should have known better. But yeah, with everybody else that was coming through, I was literally thinking like, oh, do I have anything to give this person because I haven't seen them in a while. Speed brewing? What about that seemed like I was speed brewing? We got all this. Anything warm and made with ginger. Metal maiden, full metal jar head. I'm trying to heal myself by healing other people. Brew pad. We made her. Let me saw a try. Tea. Nope, not green tea. Nope. Tea. Ginger. Cinnamon. But yeah, with the other people that are coming through, because I know I haven't seen Aqua and them in a little while, I was trying to think, like, do I have anything to give these people? I'm like, nope, I don't have anything to give these people. What is audit? No, that's not it. Now it says if you serve Riona a couple of bad drinks in a row, she'll never come back to the coffee shop, which impacts Lucas, Georgie, and others. True. But I don't think anything I've done would have affected the others. Would have affected Aqua and Myrtle in a negative way. Their storylines don't actually overlap with the two of them too much. This is for Hendry, so just leave that one as is. Yeah, they clearly expect you to replay these games, or these days occasionally, just to see the other things. So it is nice that they think about that. Give item. Make sure I give the right item, because so that is for Lucas. No, that's for Georgie. Hmm? What's this? Oh, it's Bailey's and Lua's wedding invitation. Really? For Hyde. Oh. The date is really soon. Could you pass it along to him since I'm not sure when he'll be here? Okay, sure. Thank you. Piping cup of Te Jaha Rosella for you. Thanks. What do you think, Hendry? Does it look any good? Uh-oh. It looks about right. It smells good, too. Try it. Yep, it's good. Glad I passed your impromptu test. So, what's been going on? Did I miss anything? Something happened, didn't it? You can say that. I think the officer's coming too, by the way. Alright. As for me, I'm just glad my fury is over. Are you okay, though? I'm fine, as you can see. How are you managing Hendry? I don't know why I worded it that way. we're managing him. How are you managing? Hendry, comma. Did you get your checkup? I did. Rachel pestered me to get it done all week, so I had to do it. Good. There's no doubt I need to slow down. I can feel it in my bones. Time is a harsh mistress, as they say. Ain't that the truth? I don't think you get to complain, though. Why not? You know my body isn't what it used to be anymore. Oh? I mean, compared to my prime. 50 years ago. I'm kidding. Truth is, my body doesn't hold up well when I'm transforming anymore. Oh, is that so? Yep. Soreness doesn't go away as quick as it used to. Nidal said they could have addressed the invite to Hyde and Gala instead of making it awkward. Well, I think they want to invite Hyde specifically because Hyde has helped them so much with the relationship. And I guess they're leaving it open in case Hyde does or doesn't want to bring somebody. They gave him a +1. It's harder to get up in the morning after all that. Like today. I know the feeling all too well. Especially in this kind of weather. Oh? It's like my body knows if a storm's gonna get worse. No weather forecast can match the accuracy of my joints. Haha. To be fair, isn't it always raining here? Well, lucky for you, ginger is great for sore muscles. Yeah. There he is. Hey, folks. The man of the hour. Hiya, Georgie. Raven, what'd I miss? Some very important weather talk. Is that so? Sounds like I missed a ton then. How are you? How am I? You're talking about my case, well, I don't even know where to begin. Hendry, you know nothing about what I'm about to say, right? No? What are we talking about? Raven, you should have primed him before I got here. My bad. My defense, I didn't know you were coming until Mr. Gala mentioned it. Excuses. Nidal says they should invite all the coffee shop regulars. They don't know all of the coffee shop regulars. I'll explain it to Hendry. In short, there's been a strain of car vandalisms nearby. Hendry's face. So he's trying to figure out if the tree being gone has anything to do with the case. And that's where we are now. Yep, that's about it. That's a lot to take in. Anything new happened since? Well, I tried something. Set a few candles where the tree was. I used my lighter, and things happened. Mind backing up a bit? Feels like there's a lot of context missing here. Well, I'm warning you. Everything I'm about to tell you is real. It'll sound a little crazy, but no, I haven't lost it yet. Got it? Loud and clear. I told Raven about my lighter a while ago. How it might be connected to the fairy market we talked about before. Really? In what way? We're gonna get another recap. The lighter was my grandpa's. And there's a chance he bought it from there. Interesting. Yeah, what a coincidence, eh? Anyways, my daughter likes this sort of mystery stuff, right? We're talking to her about what's been going on. She believed my lighter was the key to making sense of all this. And gave me some pointers. Good quote, Night Owl. Inigo Montoya. Let me explain. There is too much. Let me sum up. I went back there last night. To the spot, you know. To where the tree used to be. Lit a few candles there and put the lighter right in the middle of it all. I'll be honest, it was spooky as heck. The air was still and I felt tension in my head. Wasn't sure if it was just me being creeped out or if there was something else going on. Whatever it was, I thought I should leave it alone. So I followed my gut and got the heck out of there. Then what happened? It blew up. What? What do you mean, what? The lighter. It just blew up. Well, what do you mean, blew up? Yeah, I think we definitely need more context here. Well, I didn't see it, because I was walking towards my car, you see. But I heard it. It's gonna make me make explosion sounds. With a little whoosh, followed by a couple of clink clinks. What kind of sound is that? You know, like something small and metallic blew up. Wouldn't bang work better? No, that's a shot. Wouldn't want to confuse all with that. But thought is... what is that? You know. I can't do it. The game developers are being cruel. And then what happened? Right, okay. God. They know some poor soul like me is sitting here reading all of that out loud, right? Then I immediately looked back to see it had fallen over with its lid open. The flame was burning white. Wow. Ain't gonna lie to y'all, I freaked the frick out. But, before I could do anything, two small figures emerged from the corner, walking toward the lighter. Did they see you? Yeah, they did. I inspected my lighter while I was just standing there. Then they asked me straight up, "Is this lighter yours, guy?" I said, "Yeah." Then I fired a question back. "Are you the ones who've been messing with cars around here lately?" And they said yes. Well, sounds like case closed. So, they weren't ghosts? Hell no, thank God for that. Then, who are they? Let's just say, they were close friends of the deceased. They're part of the fairy folk, but I didn't expect them at all. Didn't expect? Do you know them? Kinda. In fact, they own the gnome noms near my place. Oh, wow. Did they know it was your car then? Nope, because I only order takeout. And I usually walk there. What was the reason for all the vandalism then? It all started because of a broken promise. And we have to start way back before that. Remember why the tree was there in the first place, right? Yeah. A tragic hit and run. At the time, the court ruling practically let the driver off the hook outside the DUI charge. Well, it sparked a huge protest. Good! In response to it, the mayor at the time gave his word to the victim's family. He promised to keep the tree as a landmark for the community. And the vow was kept well after his tenure was over. But he died a few years ago. We all know recently what happened to the tree. I see. So it was their attempt to keep the memory alive. Not just for their friend, but as remembrance of the injustice as well. And after all the urban renewals the city's gone through, makes sense that the community that used to be there is gone by now. That's right. There used to be a lot of veteran housing and low-rise apartments in the area. Now it's filled with never-ending projects. You okay? Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's something about it bothers me a bit. Like what? Their unique disposition after they pass. It bothers me that their own memories are insufficient to ensure their existence. And by failing to remember, we, the outside party, will also gradually lose track of their existence. It just doesn't feel right to me. I get what you mean. An odd erasure of existence. But apparently, that's why they keep animals. The Gnome Nom's owners told me they have a large mastiff living in their place. Others even take care of multiple animals at once. Interesting. Suppose that's why some folk prefer living near the wilderness. But animals don't live long either. Right. But the erasure starts coming if they're completely forgotten, right? Something like that, I guess. I'm not sure. Right. Okay. But doesn't that normally happen anyway? How do we pay respects or remember someone who died a long time ago? Like our ancestors, for example. It's our call, isn't it? Every April, Rachel and I would visit my wife's grave. We used to visit her grandparents' graves too, when my wife was still alive. If our extended family was visiting, they'd join us. We'd clean their gravestones, bring food, and have a feast while catching up. It's how Nekomimis honor the dead, and I'm sure other cultures have their own ways too. Right. I truly think continuing the tradition is something we do for ourselves, though. To remember the deceased and all the reasons they mattered to us. So except for the weird erased memory part, it sounds on par to me. It's the effort of the living to remember the dead anyway. You're right. Unless you believe in life after death, memories are for us, not for the dead. Exactly. It'd be great if we could all remember and help each other. Because keeping track of any sort of history is a team effort. Since the best way to gain wisdom is to learn from the past, whether it's bad or good. Yeah. Speaking of the Gnome Nom's owners, though, what happened to them after all that? Oh, right. Did you arrest them? Nope. Huh? Are you gonna let them go? Not necessarily. But I got an idea on what I have to do. Right now, I'm just happy there's no ghosts involved. Still, it was truly something else. Yeah, what a night it must have been. It is what it is. Thank you, Seahawk, for the better explosion sound. What's up, big guy? Something on your mind? No, nothing. Shame about that light of yours, though. Oh yeah, it's probably busted, right? That's the thing. It works just fine. Not even a scratch. Really? But that thing blew up, didn't it? Like, heck, we even debated the sound effects and everything. As I said, still works fine. So I don't know what else to tell you. I see. You want to know what I think? No. It's haunted. No, it's not. That thing is definitely haunted. What are you talking about? The white flame is a bit unnatural, I agree. And I remember how you kept forgetting your lighter here. Hey now. A man is allowed to forget stuff as he gets older, no? As for the blowing up, it was probably a well-timed bad chemical reaction or something. The thing is real old, after all. If that's the case, you might want to stop carrying it around. At any rate, I believe you now, officer. There's no such thing as coincidence, indeed. I still think it's a ghost, though. Shut it, Henry. Shush. In any case, mystery solved. For now, at least. Oh no, I think I have to go now. I didn't realize I missed multiple messages earlier because I was so engrossed in your story. Sorry to rush off. I'll see you all again next time. Sure. Safe trip. Nice seeing you again, Henry. Take care. Let me move over there. You know, all that talking made me thirsty. You want anything? I'm good. Then one espresso for me, please. Espresso is the one thing that I have memorized how to make. Thank you, Night Owl, for the reminder. I am giving him Riona's contact information. What is it? It's Miss Riona's number. She asked me to give it to you. She said she can help you find someone if you need it. Or if you need any information from her. I see. Well, I'm sure it'll come in handy. Thank you. Here's your espresso, officer. Thanks. Great as always. So, what's next, officer? What's your plan after this? Other than talking to him? I guess I'll focus on the rumors. Word is going around that cars are being messed up there. That's kind of expected though, isn't it? There's no point in adding to citizens' worries when the case is pretty much over. And I don't want bad press to paint over the area's history. You're right. It's nothing like rumors. Without being stopped, they'll just spiral out of control. Time to leave, I guess. Duty calls? Something like that. Suppose I'll do the same. It's quite late after all. Thanks for listening to us, Raven. The old man ramble. Pleasure is all mine. Well, take care and see you later, eh? Have a good night, Raven. Safe trip, you two. Hey, I timed it perfectly. Was able to get through 3 days in one stream. I am gonna go ahead and click through. You know, I haven't been super paying attention to the moon in these images, but the moon definitely pops up there. Hey, it's October 1st. And I'll just make sure we come back and I'll start on this screen. So no problems. Still super curious. I think the moon phase probably does change, actually. I haven't been paying that much attention to it, but they do kind of show the moon every time, so it probably does. I am curious what we messed up for Myrtle and Aqua, but I'm not sure if I could go back and fix it without changing a bunch of other stuff or not. So we may just ride this one out. We'll see. As always, I appreciate everyone who's here today, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for everyone who came over on the raid, anyone who's lurking. I much appreciate it. Mia, of course, much love. Thank you for bringing everybody over. And yeah, I'll be streaming again hopefully Saturday. But as always, check the Discord and we'll let you know for sure when we stream. As always, I appreciate everyone who's here tonight and hope to see you guys next time. Bye!